Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to the podcast for the Vaal race meeting. This is the 26th of September, Thursday, and we've got an 8 race program kicking off at the Vaal. The pentometer's 21, so you've got pretty firm conditions out at the Vaal today, and you've got some very, very competitive racing. 3.5 meter false rail coming to a spur at 4.5 at the 600, so that will fan them out when they turn for home and come off the false rail. You'd expect there to be pretty fair racing under those conditions. The going is firm. The first race is at 12:10, and it's a 1,000 meter maiden plate for fillies and mares. And here you've got a very interesting race because Madame Patrice looks like the right one, and I would expect it to just about win this. Muzieni gets a ride. It was ridden by Karen Fisher last time in a work riders race, and you'd find that Muzi would be quite a lot stronger. Only just got beaten on the post, should be able to win this. What are the dangers? Well, first time at California Cool from the Mike de Kock stable. There is a little confidence with this. Is drawn on the other side of the racetrack. Who knows how that will run? Gypsy Woman and St. Joseph's Lily look like the only two that could trouble the horse that the Spies team train. Race 2, maiden plate, 1,000 meters. And Lord Grantham's the best rated horse in the race, gets Calvin Habib, but it is second run after arrest, which you know I don't like. Third run after arrest is Dancing Flame, gets the blinkers, and Samanga Kamala. I think this might be the right one of the maroon pair, and certainly looks like the one I'm going to be going for. Untamed Tiger, got to have some sort of chance. Dondevere, Paul Matchett's runner. Very, very nice first run, expected to improve. And there have been a couple of winners that have come out of that race as well. Captain Hindsight gets the blinkers, that will improve that. And that's certainly worth having a look for any betting move in the market because the stable is known to have a few rand on a horse. Race 3, maiden plate, fillies and mares, 1,450. First leg of your pick 6, and I'm going wide here. I think Hope for Millions, second run on the Highveld, and certainly has shown form, good enough to be able to be in the mix there. Zodiac Princess has definitely got a chance. Kamala rides it for Sham, but it comes off a 60-day rest. That's the chink in that one's armor. Nagasanga from Zimbabwe, the fencing master filly. Colin Story for Gorkan Terzi. Expect that to run well. Then the first timers, and the two first timers in the race, Rigabi, Mike de Kock's runner, and Cosmic Bay might both be worth putting in your pick 6. You get them if they win, and you get the first racehorse home. So you double up. And Elusive Force, I think Paul Peters' runner, I don't leave his horses out of anything. Maddox Tune, Matchett's in great form as well with Muzieni, so expect that to be there or thereabouts. I'm going to put all of them in the pick 6. The second leg of the pick 6 and first leg of the jackpot, well, this is very difficult because Jagesa holds the key here and won an extremely good race. He's got all of these beat except that they all get a little bit more and pull in the weight, but he came from behind them all and beat them convincingly, and I don't see why I shouldn't be able to do that again. What are the rest of them? Slater's Dragon, Rocky Path, Flatly, and So Long Spring. They all ran behind Jagesa. They would battle, but if you don't banker him, you put the field. Race 5, 1,000 meters, Pinnacle Stakes. Very difficult because a lot of these horses are coming off rests, and as a result, you could get a big result. The best horse in the race is Rebel's Champ, but I'm not sure that the conditions will suit him. I think he likes to run at them, and they could get away from him on a day like today, certainly with a firm going. Seems better in the summer. Winter Storm, a very good form from the stable. Kamala gets to ride it, expected to run well. Oravar, Mike Azzi's horse, I think that will run well. I think it's a big runner in a race like this with Colin Murray aboard. Dancing Queen, course and distance suited absolutely perfectly. Dennis Schwartz rides it for the Magna team, and he rides very well for them. And remember, Dennis Schwartz has won 2 out of the 6 starts that he's ridden on this filly, so he will know what he's doing with her. Talk to the Stars. Needs him on good form, good terms, this horse, because he gets a 4 kilogram claimer. And remember last time he didn't take he took the claim, but it was a much weaker field with Dickon on it, and I don't think Dickon can ride 50 kilos, and that's why Ramzan gets the ride. And I would expect him to be the big danger to the better horses, but tough race. Race 6, fillies and mares, 67. They go 1,600 meters. Absolute three-cornered contest. See me run. I'm going to ignore its last run completely. Bold Ellie, which I think is the right horse in the race, but it's very hard to back maidens in winners' races. And the Bee's Knees from the Joe Somer yard run 2 very good races. Drawn 1, Chase Majan rides it. Big wraps around this one. But Bold Ellie might be the right horse, because if you look at its last run, it was running on pretty well under a very soft ride. This might be the big key. Race 7, fillies and mares, 84, 1,600 meters. I'm going for the best horse in the race, Destiny's Game. Warren Kennedy, she got impeccable form, this filly. Run second to last 2. Expect her to just about win. What can beat her? Elusive Butterfly and Kapama. Those are the only 2 that have got any chance with her, but I'm going with Destiny's Game. Race 8, Mary rated 96. They go 14.50. Best horse in the race, Greek Fire, gets 62 kilos, comes off a rest. But remember its profile. It's won off a rest and has run pretty well off a rest. So this should suit Greek Fire, and he is a very nice horse. He's certainly better than this field. What are the rest of them? Well, all of Rock of Africa, Dennis Schwartz, Greenwood Drive, Robbie Sage gets the cheek pieces. Terra del Fuego won a good race last time. It comes off a big rest as well. Lone Survivor, he's the fittest horse in the race. He goes into all your play. And Big Blue Marble. All of them come into the race with some sort of chance. Right, what are we going for as the best bet? I'm torn between Destiny's Game and Bold Ellie, and I'm going to take an each way double, the 2 of them. From me, James Goodman, have a great day's racing at the Vaal.